Hey everyone, it's Emily and welcome to my channel. Today I'm building another cottage featuring laundry day stuff. Surprise! I know, it's such a shocker, and I'm actually building it on the same lot that I built my first big, well not big, it's like a tiny little cottage thing, but my first major house, I guess, that I built using laundry day stuff, because the first build on my channel that had laundry day stuff was just a family house with a laundry room that I built as soon as I got the pack, pretty much. But other than that, it wasn't laundry day stuff all over the house. But yeah, I built a cottage that was all laundry day stuff, and this is another one because I like building little cottagey homes that are good for 1 or 2 sims. And yeah, I also really like building on this lot in Brindleton Bay. If you haven't noticed, I build on it all the time just because it's so pretty and it has the beach in the background, and my thumbnails look good when there's the beach or the water, the ocean in the background. I don't know, I just really like how it looks when I take the screenshot for the thumbnail, and it's on this lot, so I use it a lot. And honestly, I can't even remember completely what I did for the inside furnishing of this house. I'm kind of starting to remember it, but still, I don't really know what I did. I don't know. Okay, it's kind of coming back to me now, but this house, I had this idea with laundry and stuff. I was like, you know what? I want someone who's just probably really neat, and their house is all bright and clean. So I was thinking, crisp sheets and stuff when you'd have freshly done laundry, and then you have this nice, crisp, clean house. I don't know what I'm thinking, but yeah, I really like the layout of this house. I remember it now. I was going to say it's coming back to me, but I already said that. Oh gosh, I've recorded 2 voiceovers now, so things are probably just going to go downhill from here. Hopefully not. We're going to keep going because I would like to have my entire week pre-recorded this week because I have a presentation in class on Thursday, and I don't want to have to be doing videos while I'm trying to get ready for a presentation. That's kind of a lot, so I'm trying to do them all in advance before the weekend starts so that I can focus on that. And it's a group presentation thing, so I'm going to have to probably be on campus more, meeting with people for group stuff, so I won't be at home as much on my days off since I only have class 2 days a week, and the rest of the days I'm usually studying at home and doing Sims builds. But yeah, I'm not gonna have that time this week, so I'm trying to get ahead. Anyway, you probably don't care, but I tried to use that stone that was from Get Together because of the chimneys that I picked had that kind of stone in them, and I liked it, but I really wish they just had a solid swatch of that instead of having the little baseboard at the bottom. That really annoyed me with the roofs and stuff, so I just decided to yet again make another white house because I don't know how to build other houses, but it's fine. I went for a different brick is it a different brick? I feel like I use this brick all the time, but I usually use it more in the inside of houses, not so much the outside, so maybe that's a little bit different. But we've got another white house, and sorry not sorry, I like building them, and I made an effort with all of my other builds for the laundry day stuff release, I guess, that I've gone on this building rampage. I made a big effort with the other ones to not do the same type of color scheme that I usually do, but this one I just really wanted to build what I wanted to build and not care if it wasn't unique, I guess, or unique for my channel, so this probably looks pretty similar to other things that I've done color scheme wise, so there's that. But I did put a little pond in front, so that was different. That's something, and I haven't done that before, I don't think, ever. I don't know, I never used the little, well, okay, that's a total lie. I built I think it's called overgrown tiny home or something, and I built that a week or so ago. I don't know, was that 2 weeks ago? I don't know, time blends together, but I built that, and I put a little pond thing in the backyard, but never in the front of the house, so that was exciting, and I got a little fountain thing. This sim, I imagine, likes the outdoors and gardening and stuff, but maybe isn't super outdoorsy, just likes keeping up their yard. So they have their nicely maintained fountain in their front yard, and then they have a vegetable patch or a flower garden. I don't know, whatever you feel like putting, because I'm probably not going to use this house, but let me know if you're going to. I don't even know if people, I know some people I feel like people more often use family houses than these houses. I usually watch these when other people do them just for like ideas, but I know not everyone builds their own stuff and they just kind of like watching other people do it sometimes, so I don't know. But ooh, I got to use this garden clutter that I literally never used, because even when I do have gardens, it's not usually like this much of a designated section. It's kind of just like part of the backyard, so I don't usually use the garden clutter. The garden clutter, oh my god, see, I told you this is gonna go downhill, but I don't usually use that clutter, so I'd like getting to because I love clutter. Yeah, anyway, what floor did I okay, I've used this floor in like every house that I've built for laundry day stuff. I just can't get over the cats and dogs floor, I'm sorry, but it's what we've got. It's what I used. And another thing that I did, if you haven't watched any of my other videos, then you haven't heard me talk about, I don't know, I'm gonna stop. But basically, if you have watched my other laundry day related builds, I mentioned this, but I tried to make more of an effort to build like small things with a lot of detail. So like this house is pretty small, but the amount of time that it took me is kind of ridiculous for the size of it. Like I could have built this way faster and way more rushed, but I just wanted to put like little details around. So I spent a lot of time doing this little like entrance area to the house. And yeah, I don't even know what plant, I think I did. Yeah, I did go with the sunflowers. That's cool. I don't use those very often. But yeah, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to use things that I don't use very often and really get a chance to look at all of the new stuff that came with the pack and figure out a way to make it all arranged nicely. And especially like with the beginning of a build, when I'm not like sick of it yet, if you know what I mean? Like towards the end, usually when I'm doing like the bedroom, I just kind of slap stuff into it and don't really put as much effort in anymore. But I always try to make sure that the kitchen and living room are pretty nicely put together, and then everything else is just kind of like whatever. But with these houses, I really try to make everything look like, see, I hate saying lived in because I feel like it's like a weird way to describe a house that I literally just built for no one, but I like to make them look, see, put together isn't even the right word either. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I think you understand. I don't need to keep rambling about it anymore. And okay, I had to do some things in some other builds that I don't usually like doing, but one thing that I really hate doing is putting the stove right next to the fridge, and I didn't, like the way that I wanted to lay this house out, I didn't really have another option. Sorry, I thought someone was knocking on my door, but it was just me shaking my desk again and my coffee cup rattling. I mentioned that in another video that I just recorded, so if you watched that one, cool, you know that that's an issue that I have today, but I don't even remember what I was talking about. That was very distracting. Oh, I mentioned this well, I talked about this kind of a lot, but also like not really, because it's not that long of a build. You can't really talk about anything for a lot in my the beachy tiny house thing that I think went up like 2 days ago when you're seeing this, but I really hate putting stoves in front of windows. So in order to not do that and to not put my stove like right next to the washer and dryer, I had to put it next to the fridge, and I was really not okay with it, but I didn't know what else to do. So that's how it ended up. That's how the kitchen is. And I like it. Ooh, the shelves. I can't get over the shelves with all the clutter on them in the new pack. They are my favorite thing in the world. I love them so much. And the only thing that I wish, okay, I talked about in another video how I'm so happy that EA has like listened to the community and did a lot of stuff with this pack where they separated the rugs that were all clustered together, and they separated some other clutter items from certain objects. But the one thing that they didn't do that I really wish they did is separate that plant from the shelf. You'll probably see it again when it scrolls around, but I think you know what I'm talking about. That one plant that's on top of the shelf. I really like it, and I wish I could put it everywhere, but I can't because it's on that shelf, so I'm just gonna have to put that shelf everywhere to accommodate for the plant not being where I want it to be. So that's my only issue, is that I really wish that plant was separate. You can see it now. It's on like the left-hand side of the screen, the top of that blue shelf. Yep, I wish that it was on its own, but it's okay. We're fine. Moving on. I think that we're about to get into no, not the living room, but like I have a little desk area that's kind of like next to the kitchen, and I really like how it turned out. We end up putting some dog food bags under there, and the dog bowl is next to it. I realized that all of the houses that I built recently have been with like a family that has dogs in mind, or like a sim that has a dog, but I don't know. I think that the only reason I did it with this one is because, well, I feel like I also went on like I had a cat phase for a while where all of my houses included cat stuff, and now I'm on like a dog phase. I don't know what it is, but I put the dog mailbox outside, so I felt like it wouldn't make much sense to have a person who owned a cat have a dog mailbox. I don't know if you just heard my dog bark. She just barked. Last time, why am I saying last time? Last night, Okay, I'm just gonna wait for a second. Oh, people are coming over to my house. Hold on, I will be back in a minute. Okay, I think I'm good to try to finish recording this because people came over, did not realize they were coming over now, and things got very loud. Dog went crazy. Dog peed on the floor because she can't control herself, and it was an issue. But moving on, we are now about to get into furnishing the living room. It's very blue, mostly just because of the little like bay window thing that I picked. Since that had blue colors, I was like, you know what? Let's just make everything match that and make it blue, because why not? And also, I'm not really super happy with where the dining table ended up. I kind of put it against the wall. You'll see in a second when I move it over there, but yeah, I don't know. I thought about putting one with like 4 seats, but then I was like, I'm building this basically with one person in mind. You could obviously have 2 Sims living here, but I was building this for like a single Sim, so I thought they really only needed like 2 chairs max, because if they had people over, they probably wouldn't be having them over for dinner. Like, this is too small of a house for that anyway, so they would just need like 1 extra chair if they had a friend spend the night, if you know what I'm saying. So that's what that's for. And then I never put in stereos, but it's something that, like, if I'm playing in a house, I have to have one somewhere so that my Sims can, like, listen to music while they're making food in the kitchen and that type of thing. So I put one in because I thought about it, and I usually don't. But yeah, that ended up in the build, and trying to figure out how I was going to lay out this living room, it took me so long. I wanted to use that big coffee table, but I think I'm just going to have to save that for a family house or something with a bigger living room, because it just was not wanting to fit in this house. And I ended up just putting a regular old coffee table and like base game coffee table, base game couch, and just having it face the TV. And I figured the bay window is more for like extra people. Like, the Sim that lives here probably wouldn't sit there very often unless she was like reading a book and getting comfy in the bay window, you know? So I thought that it was okay that it was kind of not super well lined up with the rest of the living room. And I feel like guests, like, you would probably only have like 2 people sitting over there. I think it only has like 2 slots to sit on anyway. So yeah, I felt like it made sense. I'm very particular about how I like to lay things out. Like, things have to make sense in a real life like orientation for me to want to put it that way in my Sims houses. So I'm always very conscious of that, and I feel like sometimes I'm almost too aware, and I get very picky when I'm placing objects, whereas I could have just like put it there and it would have been fine and accessible by the Sims and looked halfway decent, and it's not that big of an issue. But I'm just weird like that. So now we're into the bedroom. Oh, I also put like a yoga mat in the main area because I thought that would just give them like an area to exercise. I don't know. Also, those can just be like dragged into their inventory, or you can obviously just get rid of it and put another skill building thing that you need for your Sim in there if you use this house. But yeah, I thought that they would probably just pop it in their inventory, but then they could like put it in that area of the house since it's kind of open right there. And I ended up using that other shelf that came with laundry day above the dresser because I thought that was a good place for it. And yeah, I don't know, it just makes the house look so much more homey, and I like that. That's very much what I like to do with these little like cottagey houses that I've really been liking building. I don't know why. I used to like, I don't know, sometimes I feel like to build a family house, I have to like have a family setup in my head. Like, someone commented recently and gave me kind of like a family to keep in mind when I'm building, so I'm definitely going to do that for the next family house that I build. And I also got a request for like building a house for a sporty family, so I want to do that too. But in general, if I'm just going to build something for fun, I like to build these little like single Sim houses or like couple houses because I think they're really cute. And that's all I have for this video. Hope you enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe for more builds, and hope you're having a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye!